Hey YouTubers, this is a quick video about the parts and installation for the LED lighting that I put into my new gun safe. I used a 5-meter spool of the LED strip lighting. This is how the end of it terminated onto this power connection. I don't know if this will focus or not. It gives you areas where you can cut throughout the strip. And on my installation, which I did around the inside of the door frame, I did not have to make any cuts except for the very end where I added the power feed. The parts that I ordered were this single spool, the 5-meter spool of LED bright lights. I ordered a package of these connectors. These are power connectors that basically clip on to the end of the lighting strip. It just you just poke it on, you open it up, poke it on, and close it. There's no soldering or anything necessary. What I had to do, the only thing I had to do was open up the covering on the insulation so that I could switch the ground wire. I used a magnetic switch on the door that switches the ground lead to turn the light off and on when I open and close the door. Now, for that splice that I did on the switches, I used these butt connectors. They're heat shrink. You can get them at Home Depot. It has a solder connection in the middle of the heat shrink. You just strip the wire back, put it inside. The only thing you need is a heat gun. You can get one at Harbor Freight for $10. It shrinks the connector and melts the solder and makes a pretty good soldered connection for your butt connection if you need to make them. I'm going to go to the safe now and show you the installation of the lights themselves. Okay, so this is inside my safe with the lights installed. I'd seen several installations on YouTube where the folks were installing the lights, making several connections underneath where you had to split the lighting strip, put in a splice with solder. You can also use, they make pre-made connectors you can clip on as well, but I found that installing the lighting strip, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, along the inside of the door frame all the way around, I didn't have to make any cuts at all. The strip itself is fairly flexible, so in the corners you just basically go around the edge, and there's enough room in between the door frame on the inside going all the way around to where you don't have to make any connections. As I said, I installed a magnetic switch at the top of the door. The other side, of course, is over here on the top of the, it's probably going to be difficult to see with the lighting there. But that turns the light off and on when you open and close the door, and all you're doing there is switching the ground lead on the power lead to your transformer. That's the only other part that had to be purchased was the transformer. They're low voltage lights, so you need to buy the transformer, the strip light, and then the one power connector. I didn't realize when I bought the power connectors it was actually a package of 4. So if anybody needs them, drop me a line. And like I said, this entire installation probably took me 20 minutes in total because there was no cutting necessary. So if anybody's interested in doing the safe lighting project, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. With a heat gun, which is really the only tool you need, maybe a pair of wire strippers is all you need. You will need some thin gauge wire to run to the switch. That was the only other thing I had that laying around the house. Some low voltage landscape wire that I used. You can pick that up at Home Depot with no problem. So those of you looking to light your safe, I think this is a economical way to go. I think all in on all the parts, the lights, the transformer, the switch, was probably around $35–40 total. The switch was $6, the lights were like $14. I think the transformer was $13 or $15, something like that. I got everything for the entire project on Amazon, except for the wire, of course. So hopefully this will help you all out.